Yeah, Matt, we've been working to see where that began as well, because we saw the law enforcement move in, the dispersal order given, but we hadn't seen anything. The LAPD says they came under attack. Yeah, go ahead. You didn't see that either.
Jory, we were standing right there at the skirmish line with the protesters. Taunting, yes. Shouting, yes. But we saw no physical interaction between protesters and the LAPD on that skirmish line just off the 101. Nor did we see any physical interaction between protesters and federal forces, the Department of Homeland Security, law enforcement agents, California National Guard, or the Marines at the federal building, which is just over my right shoulder. So at no point did we see today's protest personally get violent before police move in, nor did we hear a dispersal order. We did not hear them say at any point on a bullhorn or otherwise that this was an unlawful assembly and people should vacate. It may have been said elsewhere. We personally, my team at ABC, did not hear that. So that was nebulous today, and I think it was different than in previous days when law enforcement, specifically the LAPD, was very declarative, very assertive about unlawful assembly, ordering people out, giving them a warning, giving them 5 extra minutes, and then moving in. You know, in the past days, it's been very clear what the parameters were. It was very clear when they were going to move in. Today, it came very much as a surprise, Jory.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Matt Gutman, thank you. You said they're in a lull. We like the lulls. Let's hope it continues into the night. And again, questions to be answered, where this began, where it was that those LAPD officers came under fire from those bricks and rocks and the bottles that they say started this dispersal order.
But we did see some law enforcement on the move from Tim Caputo's camera. We also saw some of those mounted officers. Tim, what are you seeing from your vantage point right now?
Well, you guys talked about things getting accelerated fairly quickly. This is a situation where we saw LAPD move up the street, and you can see the line of LAPD officers here, and check it out, mounted not far behind them. They moved up to the intersection of Temple and Main itself. Main was where we saw those flashbangs, where we saw that tear gas a short time ago as the crowd was starting to make its way down Temple Street. Look at the stark contrast of it right now. You see up at the top of the street there at Spring Street, it is full of LAPD officers as well. This is kind of the tactic that they were using when it came to showing an showing abundance of officers out here. They came out here in numbers as officers with LAPD were flanked alongside the Sheriff's Department as well. The Sheriff's Department were the ones that would go back and forth with this crowd with the flashbangs and tear gas, and just in the last 15 minutes or so, that's when LAPD moved up the street from Aliso to Temple Street, and they have been able to move this crowd back at least from this intersection. We saw them completely packed from here all the way up to the top of the street. We got tear gas at both intersections. Right now, it is full of LAPD and Sheriff's Department. Whether or not they are going to move farther up the street and continue to disperse this crowd remains to be seen, but they assembled very quickly here. There were a handful of officers that were just about halfway up the block near Aliso Street, and then all of a sudden, they came up shoulder to shoulder up the street, and you hear them giving the dispersal order as they moved up the street, and boy, did that crowd disperse. They moved out of here and up the street. They didn't even have to use tear gas or any kind of flashbangs. It's just all of these officers in their tactical gear. You may see a couple flags, a couple lingering people in the area, maybe 20, 30, 40 people at this point. It was thousands 30, 35 minutes ago. So obviously this tactic of all of these officers coming out here to try to clear the streets has worked. It doesn't mean the crowd is gone. Obviously they are moving farther back, but I can tell you just from listening, I haven't heard a flashbang in the last 10, 15 minutes. I haven't heard any of those tear gas canisters go off. So it seems to be working. Obviously, we have several more hours until we hit curfew, and there are a lot of people out on the street. Just exactly how CHP, the Sheriff's Department, and LAPD kind of tackles that issue when it comes to arresting and detaining those people who are out after curfew remains to be seen. There have been several hundred people over the last several nights who are out 8:15, 8:30 that were easily taken into custody. Not as easy when you have 5,000, 10,000 people lingering in the streets. Hopefully, this is a sign of things to come as police officers show the power of numbers by coming out here and getting the crowd to move on.
I don't feel good either. But at least I need to start to get yeah, my wife's like, you need something to get. Kind of normal for LA, though.
Second time I've ever been here. First time we got 600 people off the streets in Skid Row.
Yeah?
Now we're fighting the people.
Hey, okay, now they're moving.
30 minutes from now.
Forward.
Right behind Los Angeles City Hall. They are moving by the dozens here down Main Street, going west. It looks like officers with officers here on top of their horses. Again, these are Los Angeles police officers who are now taking over Main Street between Temple and First. It sounds like over on Spring Street there are more flashbangs going off, but if you continue this way, we'll talk to the bears that to your right. There, last 15 minutes, now Los Angeles Metro Police pushing back, looking at
Peaceful protest! 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 Peaceful protest!
Don't give up, guys. Don't put your phones away, okay? Everything that we are doing is wrong. Don't put your phones online. Everything that we are doing is protesting online, okay? Everything is wrong. This is a peaceful protest.
You are in violation of Penal Code Section 409, which prohibits remaining present at an unlawful place. Participants do not leave the area as described. If you remain in this area, you will be in violation of Penal Code Section 409. The following route of dispersal is available. South on Spring Street. You must disperse immediately. Están en violación de la sección 409 del Código Penal. Les prohíbe permanecer presente en una reunión ilegal, lo que significa que deben abandonar el área que acabo de escribir. Si permanecen en esta área que acabo de escribir, estarán violando la sección 409 del Código Penal. Pueden irse al sur de la calle Spring. Deben dispersar inmediatamente.
So right now what we're seeing here in the lower left-hand portion of your screen, if we can go to that full, these are LA County Sheriff's deputies from that Sheriff's response team. They are assisting LAPD with their tactical gear, and it's this kind of action that we are probably going to see for the next 30 or 40 minutes. These skirmish lines, flashbangs, and tear gas as protesters refuse to disperse. There are continuous announcements over loudspeakers that say this is an unlawful assembly, you must leave the area. They always want to provide exit routes for these protesters to leave. Very likely that is to the south, possibly to the west, but going north into the east back towards City Hall is not going to be an option for anyone who wants to leave this afternoon.
And that's the moment as you're speaking here, Mark. They are pushing forward there towards the protesters that do remain right in front of City Hall, using
more,
some of those less than lethals right there. And I'm sure some of those flashbangs as well we're seeing shot into the sky there. Right, and you know, we do want to get out to our Joy Benedict at some point here in the next few seconds, where I think it's important to note as we throw to Joy that, you know, she's been down there since 8:30 in the morning and has made repeated notes and important notes that this has not been the scene all day, that it's been mostly peaceful protests up until things started to take this turn. But Joy, I think that's worth repeating here, right? Because you've seen it front and center all day.
Absolutely. I mean, we had 8 hours of a very calm, peaceful demonstration by tens of thousands of people who were here downtown. I want to show you where we are right now, though. We are in front of City Hall, as many people are, but we're on the opposite side. You can still see a little bit of that lingering smoke over there. That's where we just saw the smoke bombs, I guess you could call them, or the smoke gas that had gone into the air there to try and disperse that crowd. And so we did see a few people now heading this direction, but this particular corner has already been cleared. If you look around, you see that they have quite a presence in front of the Los Angeles Police Department. It's been there all day. The street has also been blocked off for most of the day, as they didn't want the demonstrators, even the peaceful ones earlier today, coming in this direction. But as we talk about what a really pleasant day it was for peaceful protesting, I want to toss to the story that we put together earlier today to just show you the crowd that really made this day something to remember. It was an incredible show of solidarity. A dance for democracy as tens of thousands of people descended on downtown, marching from the steps of City Hall.
United will never be divided!
With one similar voice.
The alarm clock of fascism rings, and we got to be there to wake up and answer it.
It's the No Kings National Day of Defiance that brought more than 20,000 people to the streets, many chanting words we can't share, holding signs we won't show you. But that doesn't mean you can't read between the lines.
We're not going to kneel over and take this stuff. This is what defines us as a generation, as a people.
As most here are upset about President Trump and his policies, challenging what they hold dear.
Most immediately is the federal thugs who are coming in and ripping people off of the street.
After more than a week of raids and detentions involving Los Angeles' immigrant community, many here have simply had enough.
We all come from immigrants, especially our friends and family here surrounding us right now, and so we just want to show support.
A heavy military and police presence was clear on every corner, unnerving for some in its appearance, and more so in concept.
We've got the National Guard at the VA, right? We've got military here. It's clearly an antagonizing tactic.
From a Republican Party known for states' rights, many here feel that doesn't seem to apply to this state.
The hypocrisy of it is just makes your head explode. It just makes your head explode.
They're always going to target California as being like this blue or like this very hyper-liberal bastion that doesn't represent the rest of American values, but California values are American values. The values of equality, the values of standing up for your neighbor. I think that's what this is all about.
But somewhere in between the political posturing and legal maneuvers of leaders stands this city and those simply willing to keep marching and shouting for the rights and the nation that they love.
They can have their Twitter fights, but these people are in the streets. These are people getting tear gassed, and these are the people getting arrested.
I grew up in America, and I want America. I want America back.
And that's really what so many people were saying here, is that they want the democracy that they have known to come and love to return to this particular distance, about a block or so away. That is the mounted unit. Now, you may recall maybe an hour or so ago, they were pushing the crowd in that direction down Main Street. We were concerned about it because that is where, in fact, there's a lot of businesses, there's a lot of restaurants in that direction, and you can bet they are trying to now get those people to come back into a different area, as this is just basically a game of chess, right? You have these agitators that have continued to stay despite the fact that this protest ended many, many hours ago, and you have the police department trying to disperse them, and so it's a game of chess going back and forth. Yes. Oh my goodness. Did you get in some of the chemical? Yeah, so did we. Hang in there. Go home. Be safe.
I just feel like they should let more people know. I mean,
yes, no, we've been talking about it. You guys hang in there. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry you went through that. Hang in there. And so you can hear a lot of that, as a lot of people who have still stayed down here did have to deal with those chemical irritants as they were putting them out into the crowds, trying to get the crowd to move. But again, it is an unlawful assembly. If you do not need to be downtown, it is time to go home. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, that is what law enforcement is asking people to just leave this area now that it is an unlawful assembly. Joy Benedict, thank you so much. As she mentioned, she's been there since 8:30. You just heard from a host of people that were peacefully protesting for hours during this No Kings protest. 2,000 of these happening nationally, many of them happening in our very own communities, all the way down to South Orange County, up to Ventura County. And at some point, this downtown area near City Hall, right around 4:30, Gio, it took a turn.
Yeah, and
law enforcement started moving in, using their tactics, and then they were saying that some of these protesters were using things like rocks, glass, fireworks to throw at law enforcement.
And at some point, you know, we have seen the movement of law enforcement sort of, you know, go in these flows of sudden bursts, you know, using those less than lethals and pushing the crowds out. And we've seen that actually work to, say, pretty successfully now, especially as you get those crowds moving. People have, you know, sort of scattered all over the place, and now you see a heavy contingent of law enforcement all over the place. On that, we want to get to our Tom Wade, who's down there in downtown LA, and it looks like you're still in the park there, Tom. What are you seeing right now?
So we are just in front of City Hall by North Broadway, and you can see the plaza just in front of City Hall, which is Gloria Molina Plaza, is much emptier than it was before, and you can see a very large police presence right outside of City Hall. It's now the barriers that are down there, those were moved by people in the crowd, so it's not clear what the purpose of that was, or, you know, if someone was going to move them again. But police do appear ready to move further into the park, and they're also right behind us as well. Not nearly as many, but there are officers that are just behind us, just on the stairs as you go up to the north, toward, I think, Dorothy Chandler Pavilion's up there, but that's kind of that direction over that you're looking at right now. But City Hall is the area here. This was, as Leslie and Gio, you were just saying, just a short time ago, the scene of a lot of, you know, loud confrontations between police and the protesters that are lingering here. You saw flashbangs going off, less than lethal tools being used. I also saw some fireworks being shot from the crowd as well. And so there's just a mix of a lot of different sort of chaotic things that were happening all at once. But right now, a lull in the action, and that is likely because police may be bringing in more people to flush more and more people out of this area to completely break up this crowd, and they've been doing that pretty methodically. Again, all of this happening in just a few blocks of a corner of a pocket of downtown LA. If you walk anywhere 2-3 blocks from here, you would have no idea any of this is even happening. It's very remarkable. Lots of drama here, but if you go pretty much anywhere else in LA outside this, I don't know, 7-8 blocks, 6-7-8 blocks, you would not know there's, you know, this sort of chaotic scene playing out.
Yeah, Tom, it looks like so much more law enforcement at
Yeah.
this hour where you are than protesters. It looks like they've now been pushed outside of Grand Park there. And you're right, this is that ebb and flow we continue to see. Things heighten, and then all of a sudden, for some minutes, they will quiet down for just a bit. And that's just kind of what we've seen the last few days, really.
And let's get back up.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! This is a peaceful protest!
This is our right! We have the right to protest!
Start the line up on the other side!
Hey, nice mask. I like your mask. That's it hard, boss.
Peaceful protest.
Put the boom mic in my hand.
Where's my voice? Go on, make it fast, guys. Don't pile up. We need to get out. Yo, jump through. Better to get cut than arrested. I appreciate your help. How's your day going? Right? Hell yeah. Thank you guys. I live in San Antonio. There, they were shooting at some babies down the street from where I live. I couldn't fucking line up. Let's go! Let's go, time. You gotta make it out. Yo, can y'all do us a big, really fucking big favor? Can you at least talk to the police and try and like keep them back as long as possible? They got an injured guy right there, and I don't want him to get his ass kicked. Yo, we gotta go.
broke his ankle.
What happened?
Hit the good one first, maybe.
Yeah. Just hold on to that shit.
Okay.
Just get the one smooth. There you go. There you go. Got you.
Leave the area. Slow it down. Oh. Leave the area. Push him out of the way. Move. Get out here. That's some big shit. For real. I'm doing a good job right now. On some big shit right now. On some big shit over here. Can you get in your car? Can you get in your car?
Stop putting your hands on somebody.
Let's go! Move it back! Why you don't get hit? What the fuck? Relax, relax. Chill, brother.
Tranquilo, tranquilo. Cálmanse, tranquilo. Ya. Oh, sí.
Don't be afraid. Our streets. Our streets. No, no. Our streets. Our streets. Our streets. Don't be scared, gordito. Chill, papa, relax. Relax. I'm talking to you.
That would be great. Excuse me, guys. Let's keep it moving, please. They've already allowed us to keep moving. Let's keep it moving, okay? Please, guys.
Officer Palacios.
Our voice will be heard better that way. It's a peaceful protest, but sitting in front of them is going to stop nothing. I promise you it will stop nothing. They have allowed us to keep moving. Let's continue to take advantage of this opportunity and to continue protesting in LA, okay? Let's keep it moving, guys. Our voices matter, and they are allowing us to be heard. They are allowing us to be heard if we keep it peaceful. But the moment we stop is the moment they stop hearing us. And we cannot let that happen, guys. Let's keep it moving, and let's continue to be heard, because our voices matter. Let's continue to be heard, guys. Come on. Hey. Everybody, if you see somebody disturbing the peace,
It's not happening anymore. It is happening now. Law and order. It is happening now. Law and order. It is happening now. What do you mean it's not going to happen? It's happening now. He's trying to agitate you. This is the United States of America. This is not occupied Mexico. This is not stolen land.
You care about your people. You want it. You would not create liberty like this by doing like this, by doing stuff that we did not do.
Back up. We can't be fighting amongst ourselves, guys. Just turn your back on it. Just turn your back on it. Just turn your back on it. Let him go.
He's rage baiting y'all. Come on, grow up.
Let him by himself. Let him by himself.
Keep going down Broadway. Down Broadway.
Let's move. Leave him by himself.
was like out of a movie. It was so cool. Look at what you guys are doing, brother.
Hey, get home safe.
You got eye protection? You got eye protection? You got eye protection? Please.
Come on, let's go. On the fence line. On the fence line. We gotta move. All right, come on. Please. Get your people, huh?
Yep. Hey, get home safe. Come on, keep on moving.
If everyone get home safe, I appreciate it. Excuse me.
get home safe, guys. Come on. Let's get home safe. Come on. Hey, we don't want nobody to get hurt. Come on. We don't want nobody to get hurt. Come on. Please. Please. That's what.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Have a good night, ma'am. Have a good night. Get home safe, please. Get home safe.
Let's go play video games and eat tacos. No one wants to be here. No one. Keep moving. Stay safe, though, guys. Yeah, you as well, man. Get home safe.
Get home safe.
Peaceful protest. 29 Palms. Peaceful I'm from Beaumont. I was up there all the fucking time.
firing tear gas, or what was that? Rubber ball. Oh. wasn't their decision to come here, and now they're separated from their families, and the courts aren't going to do it. So if the courts aren't even hiring, you trying to tell them something good, which is the most important thing about this whole thing is the fucking children. Yeah. All they care about is some fucking adults and not wanting to go back and get them lawyers.
You gotta go.
mean, where are we gonna go?
Gotta go.
Keep walking. Oh! No, keep walking.
There's a crew right behind me. We're with the press.
Okay, we just get behind us.
Yeah,
and move up the sidewalk. Move up the sidewalk.
Squad that is code 6 at Arcadia.
Hey, Sarge. We got people walking behind us, just so you know. All right.
Go back that way. Go back.
Looks like that intersection's been up.
I know. I let it go.
Give us some work, all right? Back up a bit. Give us some room, all right?
guys, wait.
big, big. Get that?
Roger. Move the other street. Dennis?
So again, the police are taking bottles from this building here. If you're staying at a hotel, please don't rain down bottles on the protest. It does not help. We've got another 50 days of this in Los Angeles, and these policemen are just trying to keep it calm and
assault with a deadly weapon on a peace officer, right? I mean, these are serious charges, and law enforcement, they say they're not going to put up with it. They are not going to accept this extreme violence. Back to you.
I wasn't trying to block you. I just keep myself in front of it. It's been a long day. Wow. That's kind of cool. Check that dude. Is it videotape or about to drop something? One of the two.
Well, it appears that they're trying to separate. It appears that they were trying to separate those very large crowds, and they were very effective in doing so, deploying the tear gas and the rubber bullets. That's what they were doing, and they were very successful in that effort. And compared to the thousands of people that were here hours ago, and how few people I'm seeing at this intersection right now, I would say their method is very, very effective. Lots of law enforcement here, huge presence. You have LAPD, you have sheriff's deputies. It sounds like we're hearing sirens about to come by right now. I'm not sure what is going on around the corner, but I would say they are doing an incredible job in a very unpredictable and dangerous situation. And also in terms of clearing them out, I imagine they are trying to get them to leave. They have been calling for people to disperse. They want people to leave this area. And again, that's why they issued that curfew, city officials, from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. For a mile around downtown LA. I believe they will. Now, I have not seen that happen yet. I have not been out here since this curfew has been in place. But when you're disobeying law enforcement, you're disobeying orders, that is what happens. And so, we're waiting to see what takes place next. I will tell you, in this intersection, it is cleared out. It is cleared out from what it was even just a half hour ago. So they are effective in their efforts here to move people away and stop them from gathering en masse in these locations throughout various points of downtown. And so it seems like things are safe here, but again, things could change at a moment's notice. So we're just continuing to monitor it all.
Trying to clear the roof right now. All right, we have people throwing bottles over the roof, so we're going to clear the roof and then we'll move forward. Okay, so just be patient, everybody.
Okay, sorry. So it would just take it. We're just listening to police there. They said they're going to clear the roof and then move us forward. I'm getting out of the way so Andy can get a direct line of vision of this intersection that they have so heavily guarded. I saw a couple more things being tossed at officers. I'm not sure what directions they are coming from, but yes, at night you definitely have that criminal element. You have opportunists that come in and take advantage of the situation, the looting, the vandalism. I was there too in Ferguson on the ground night after night, and you had a lot of that, unfortunately, and that is how it is played out here some nights. And so police doing their best, law enforcement doing their best to try and curb that violence. You know, again, these business owners, they've been through so much. You know, I passed some of them that were boarded up in anticipation of what could happen here tonight. So we just have to hope and pray that people, you know, just try and listen and follow the law. I mean, if they care at all about the messaging they say they are so passionate about, they wouldn't be out here committing this violence. Yeah, so the officer, he came over and just said they're going to clear the roof and then move us forward. So I can see a couple of people up there right now. It's unclear if they had anything to do with any of that activity, but I know that will definitely be investigated. And again, so many surveillance cameras here in downtown LA. I'm sure law enforcement will be looking at that. Back to you. Thank you. We're done. Thank you so much. I mean, okay.
Nancy texted me and telling me how great you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Great job, Andy. Gosh.
How much more? Should be
well,
clear.
I was going to call right now. Putting curfew in place. Like, I don't know if you're going to want us to, like, hang out and see what happens. Or let me check.
Are the shows off air?
Let me check right now. I think that they are.
There's nobody up there anymore. Hey, Coleman, man.
Hi, this
Hey,
is Jimmy Vera.
thank you guys so much.
Who is this? I'm sorry.
Can you guys just stand right there?
So, do we have any more live programming?
Thank you guys for getting tear gas with me.
Oh, for sure.
Surviving.
Wouldn't have been a day without it.
I always feel bad for people working with me.
I know, we're here. It is.
Let's go. I mean, unless you want to, are you good? I'm going to just get this video.
Okay. Were peaceful and they were chanting, and we had folks doing orange juice on the side of the road and a lot of music, and it was more of a festival feel. And then just in the last hour, people have shown up. I can't tell you if they were here for the actual protest at 10 a.m., at 9 a.m., or if they have just started to show up, but this group is definitely a lot more agitated and appears to be a lot younger. We definitely had a different generation that was out here, residual tear gas, that was out here several hours ago than we have right now. But being young, part of that is being passionate, and they don't always express it in the most understandable way, but that doesn't mean their passion and their frustration isn't concerning and certainly worth listening to here in this community. So we don't know, right? We don't know how many of these people were here earlier and how many just showed up to do this, as we are getting close to that 8 o'clock hour where there is supposed to be a curfew, and they want to make sure that they can let their voice or their actions be heard and seen in whatever way that they want to.
Yeah, and Joy, I'm watching these people walk back to the intersection where we were seeing a lot of that action just moments ago take place, where the tear gas was deployed. Is law enforcement moving back, or are they pushing towards law enforcement?
They're not. So the group is pushing towards law enforcement, and I want to get a little bit, if you can see this. A few minutes ago, before the tear gas, you had the LAPD that was lined up on the right-hand side here. Can you show them that, Gus? Oh, I'll show you the booms. the bangs and the booms, because that's why people are tuning in right now. So you can see the green there, the green smoke. That is the tear gas. That's the stuff that's going to sting your eyes, and it smells like you're inhaling like a gajillion peppers. That's what it smells like, and that's what it tastes like, and nobody wants to be close to it. Yes, the yellowish green there is coming this way, and so as it starts to come this way, you'll see this group, and a lot of them aren't really being agitators. They're just being looky-loos because they want to see what's going on and they want to show it to you. Oh, but here it comes. It's going to be oh so much fun. And you can see the group that is dispersing right now and the ones that are running and still waving the flags, and you can see the ones that are really the agitators are coming in with the gas masks on. And we got our guy with the American flag and the boogie boards, who seems to be having a blast right now. They have tried to shoot him with those rubber bullets several times, and he keeps deflecting them as they want him to go. And they want this crowd to stay back and get away from this corner, because they're now starting to come in from 3 different directions. But again, you have the sheriff's department, you have the police department, and you also have the National Guard if you go a little bit further down to where Zach was, closer to the federal building. But yeah, they're pushing them back, and then they move forward, and then they push them back, and they move forward. And so is the dance that we do when we have a protest like this one. This is not the first time we have seen something like this in downtown Los Angeles, and I dare say it will not be the last. But it is something that, unfortunately, those of us in this particular industry have gotten used to, as we've seen it time and time again, especially this week.
Certainly. Joy Benedict live down there, Temple and Main, just a couple steps away from City Hall, as we keep an eye on your live shot there. We'll let you gather yourself for a few minutes, check back in a second. And SkyCal on the right side of your screen as well, a bit of a wider bird's eye picture of what's going on down there. But it's important context provided there by Joy in terms of being there from 8:30 in the morning, seeing thousands of people, and tens of thousands, going over 20,000 people, mostly peacefully protesting. And now you see a much smaller number and a smaller group sort of agitating law enforcement to enough of a degree to have that dispersal order, that declaration of an unlawful assembly, and then maintaining our eye on this, because it is certainly visual, it is certainly part of what we are monitoring for you, but it is not the full picture of what's been going on today in particular. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to speak to the fact that these streets earlier today, if you had monitored this downtown LA protest, they were packed with people. You could not make out a space of roadway earlier. So we are talking much less people, a much larger group. I believe that protest maybe ended around 3 p.m. But people, obviously, with that amount of people coming to downtown, there are going to be people that stick around. There are going to be people that linger. And this is definitely a much smaller group. But as Joy had mentioned, it took one gentleman, and I'm not going to say he started it all, but it was one gentleman that felt like was really facing off with law enforcement for so long. And
that push and pull between using the gas, smoke, rubber bullets, et cetera. We saw sheriff's deputies, we saw LAPD. You see the mounted unit just at the bottom of your screen. It's just below the lower third there on your screen right now. But on that note, I want to get back to Mark Liu at the desk. Mark, what are you keeping an eye on right now?
Well, we're listening to the radio traffic. It's coming in loud and clear down there. What you are seeing is elements of the LA County Sheriff's Department response team that is working in coordination with the LAPD. Those vehicles that you saw there just a moment ago with SkyCal, those are pretty unique to see in the field. I spoke to LA County Sheriff's headquarters about them, because here at the desk, we all kind of scratched our head when we saw them. We were not familiar with those pickup trucks that we saw deputies in the tactical gear there at the bottom of your screen. So I just spoke to LA County Sheriff's. Those are vehicles that are used to transport deputies out of LA County Sheriff's jurisdiction to assist other law enforcement agencies like the LAPD when they're in unified command. You usually don't see them actually at the front line. They're usually used for transport, but in this particular case, due for deputy safety and for visibility, they have them there in order to help deputies protect themselves as they move this skirmish line forward. Now, the second thing that we are hearing also from LA County Sheriff's deputies is this has sort of become a rolling dispersal order, in the sense that it is not subject to just one group. They are using bullhorns down there to tell these protesters, this is an unlawful assembly. If you are standing in front of us now, you need to disperse. Now, this is video from just a short time ago of a woman that was taken into custody by LA County Sheriff's deputies. After you see up here, she made contact with one of their horses. Now, they dismounted, they were able to get her into custody, and they took her back towards those vehicles. It didn't appear that she had any injuries, and no other deputies were injured either. But, making contact with sheriff's deputies' horses or any law enforcement horse is considered, it could be considered assault on an officer, so they take that very seriously as well. You can see there she's walking away under her own power. So it's unclear what kind of charge she may be facing, but it is clearly stemming from the contact that she made with that sheriff's deputy, that mounted sheriff's deputy. Now, back on the left side of your screen, we continue to see live pictures from SkyCal at the various places around City Hall that we continue to see protesters a little bit further back from that skirmish line, but that skirmish line continues to try and push protesters to the west. As I had mentioned before, there was that main group where Joy Benedict was doing her live reporting from. That was at Temple and Main, I believe. That group broke up into two groups, one that went south, being monitored by the LAPD, and then this group here we see, which is a lot more violent, that is being dealt with by LA County Sheriff's deputies as part of that Sheriff's Response Team in Unified Command.
Yeah, and this is, something that law enforcement has been speaking about not only for days, as we have seen protests throughout downtown LA, mostly near the federal building, near City Hall. Many of these protests, that's where they have been centered. But we just heard from the mayor this morning. We heard from LAPD, the sheriff's department. I know I drove through the 101 coming into work, and CHP has the entire 101 entrance exit points through downtown completely blocked off. But this is something that they have been preparing for. And really throughout the day, we were hearing from Unified Command saying, we're not having any issues with protesters. I think their biggest issue was there's just so many people. We couldn't get to people that needed medical help if they needed it. But even then, we haven't heard of, injuries related to the protests necessarily. But right around 4 o'clock, 4:30, things taking a turn when a much smaller group continues to linger in the downtown LA area. And that protest has now ended officially.
And law enforcement reiterating, going back to this morning and really for about a week now, about how they will not tolerate violence or anything of the matter right now. As you continue to take a live look at this. On that note, let's get to our Tom Wade, who's one of our crews out there in downtown. Tom, can you hear us? And can you tell us where you are, what you're seeing?
Yeah, it's pretty intense right now. There is tear gas being fired, tear gas canisters. We're moving back up Temple right now. You can see that all on the screen right now. This all just very, very rapid developments right now. We're just standing here and everything seemed pretty, you could hear the action going on to our east, but it was not as intense as it was. Literally in a few seconds, everything changed. They started firing the tear gas canisters, and everything just changed in a hot second. They are definitely trying to disperse this crowd, and people just went running, and some people were just walking quickly. They set those off, and that really just changed the entire vibe. It was, like I said, I was kind of up and away from City Hall, like Temple, right next door to the courthouse, and I could hear and see some of the action that was going on with Joy and Zach, but it was a distance away, it felt like, and then all of a sudden the flashbangs went off, the pepper spray, tear gas, whatever you want to call it. That's when they deployed that, and everyone just kind of scattered. So now here we are, kind of back up the street. We're close to North Broadway right now. We're on Temple, right near between Spring and North Broadway, and they sort of cleared the scene, but now people seem to be kind of moved back. All right, we have a lot of intense emotions right now, right? A lot of emotions running high. I'm kind of waiting to see if I can. I haven't felt any of the pepper spray or the tear gas come up. Usually, when there's a breeze, it wafts up, but I think the wind is blowing in the opposite direction. Thankfully for us, so yeah, it does feel like it's kind of blowing it away from us and down to the east. So that's kind of making it a little bit easier to breathe. I guess now we're just in this holding pattern, and they're sort of methodically, when I say they, police, trying to get everyone out of here, and it seems like there's a much more calm atmosphere now. People are more methodically and kind of more relaxed walking out of the area. Definitely a big change from that very sudden just surge of activity when the canisters were set off, and and the crowd dispersed. I see more police moving through the area, so it'll be interesting to see now what they do, because there's people in the streets still, and this is an area where I believe that they've declared an unlawful assembly. So yeah, I mean, right now it's just kind of a holding pattern. I think there's some people who have left, and you probably hear some chanting behind me. I haven't seen any confrontations directly between protesters and police from where I'm standing, but you can see the distance there. Look, go back to you guys.
Tom Wade down live in downtown LA right now. Tom, also.
We're gonna push this crowd this way. Forward. Watch your back. Not media. Let's go. That way. All of you. No. Come back south. This way. Hey, hold. Bring it back.
This is Little Tokyo, and that is the bank, actually, I believe, that was closed yesterday. These are the boarded up businesses that you were seeing in downtown Los Angeles. That yesterday we walked all of Little Tokyo, and businesses boarded up and closed. Now, I don't know if do we have the mayor on the line already?
Yeah, we do. Mayor Karen Bass, thank you so much for joining us. Christine Devine here with Gigi Graciette on a Saturday night. As you're watching live what's happening in downtown LA right now, the curfew on for about 30 minutes, where does the city stand tonight?
Well, I think the city stands enforcing the curfew. Overall, today was peaceful, considering how many protests took place. There were about 15 different protests all around the city. And of course, we were most concerned about the protests downtown. There were some difficulties there, but we are hopeful that we will be able to quickly get people to disperse without a lot of arrests for unlawful assembly or curfew violations. Over the last couple of days, that's where we have been. The number of arrests have dropped considerably. But of course, you know, this protest was one that was planned for months. That really was not about ICE. It was more about the military parade and the overreach of the administration. But then, of course, when the raids happened, then that expanded the view of the reason for the protest. But I'm sure it also contributed to thousands more people being in the streets that would have been.
Now, Mayor, obviously the city, the LAPD, was prepared for the worst, but you specifically asked for peace, and you specifically asked that people not be violent because it would just feed into the rhetoric that's coming, that people, this perception that they have. President Trump said if it wasn't for him and if it wasn't for the National Guard, we would all be burning down right now. And you asked them not to be violent, not to feed into the rhetoric. This has to be disheartening.
Well, no, I mean, look, the way, especially if you view how the president characterized the city, you know good and well, especially when it comes to the downtown area, that this is a small slice of Los Angeles that is 500 square miles. So, of course, I'm always disappointed in any act of violence, but things are not in chaos, and the National Guard is not participating in the way that the president has described. He's acting as though the National Guard saved the day. I think, first of all, LAPD, the sheriffs, and the surrounding police departments were there, handled things. They are continuing to handle things, and the federalized National Guard is not needed.
Where do we go from here? So that the national protests, as you mentioned, were well planned in advance, happened today. We know Homeland Security is still doing operations, ICE still doing operations, National Guard is still here. We saw some walking by in one of our shots. This is not over for the city of LA, for the greater LA area.
No, it's not over. And frankly, I don't think it will be over until it's clear when the federal government will stop the raids. One of the things that has been most challenging about what is going on is that we've been operating by rumor, in the sense that there's all these sightings of the military, all these sightings of the National Guard. And because we don't exactly know, because there hasn't been the communication, it's created a sense of insecurity and uncertainty. But I will tell you that today, I was in the helicopter for quite a while. I went to every site that had been listed as a site of protest. And I mentioned there were 15 of those locations. And every single one of them was completely peaceful. In some cases, the protest had ended by the time I flew over. And as I was flying over, LA, the downtown LA, was getting a little, we were concerned about where that was going. And that's when the police had the horses and moved the crowd back. But it seems as though it is under control now. It's early, it's only 8:30, so we have a lot more to go tonight, but I am hoping that people will be peaceful and that we will not have a lot of arrests. We only had 19 yesterday.
And Mayor, what is your message? You mentioned that you know, and we know because we live here, that this is contained to an extremely small area in downtown Los Angeles. But people who don't live here, that feed into the national rhetoric that they're hearing, don't necessarily know that. What is your message tonight?
Well, my message to them is to clarify what exactly is happening in LA, and I appreciate your network for joining in, because you talk about something that's discouraging. It's when networks essentially cover something that is completely false and show tapes over and over again of stuff that had happened days before. So my message to LA has been consistent. It's to be peaceful. It's if you actually care about immigrants, you are not going to be violent. And if you are violent, then we know that you're just being violent. It is not on behalf of any cause. And we will deal with you. You will be held accountable. But if you look at the tens of thousands of people that were downtown in LA today in that protest, it was overwhelmingly peaceful. And I just hope the stragglers that have not gone home will remain peaceful, will leave the area, or will understand that they will be arrested and they will be held accountable.
All right, Mayor Karen Bass, I know we have limited time with you, so we'll say thank you for coming on with us here on a Saturday night as Fox 11 continues to monitor Southern California. We appreciate your thoughts. Thank you.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. We know that it's been limited to a small area. What are we looking at? Oh,
that is the lawmaker in Minnesota who was killed today.
And we return to our continuing coverage of the protests in downtown Los Angeles, primarily peaceful. That is important to stress as tens of thousands of people took to the streets here in the Los Angeles area this morning, starting very early, but at 4:30 this afternoon, things did deteriorate when LAPD officers reported that they were being pelted with rocks, bottles, and bricks from an overpass. A dispersal order was issued. Some protesters did not want to leave, and then things just turned chaotic. Several arrests, we understand, have been made.
And noting right here, it is now dark out. You can see the posture there of the LAPD officers. Very calm, very peaceful, not a protester in sight with our shot here. Reminder that curfew is in place. LAPD with that huge show of officers on the ground and with their vehicles. And they were able to push that crowd back from Grand Park with that curfew in place, that dispersal order in place. You can see in our shot right here, very calm in this spot in downtown LA.
And join Mario Ramirez live at LAPD headquarters, where I believe he's with Chief McDonald. Mario?
Yeah, Gigi, that's right. Chief Jim McDonald joining me now to give us an update really on how this has all been playing out. Thanks for joining us here on such a busy night. Can you walk us through how this played out? We know there was large crowds here early in the afternoon, early in the morning, and it was peaceful and things took a turn.
Yeah, it was. It's a real shame because the day started out very peaceful. We had about 30,000 people here expressing their feelings and exercising their First Amendment rights. Our job is to protect that, and we did that very well. And then about mid-afternoon or a little bit later, we started to see some of the folks come out, the agitators that come in. Many of them come in from out of town, very sophisticated as far as having two-way radios and strategies to be able to move the crowd around, divert police from one place to another. Well practiced in this kind of event. And things changed. Officers and deputies started taking rocks and bottles over here by the LA Mall. And at that point, when it became violent and endangered people in the environment, peaceful protesters and others who were there, officers declared an unlawful assembly. Gave sufficient time for everybody to leave, declared it a couple of times, and ultimately then had to deploy gas to be able to clear the street. That was effective along with some crowd management, crowd control techniques, and they were able to clear that area. And it's been kind of a cat and mouse game since then. Now we have curfew, so that's a tool that is very helpful to us. Anybody out who doesn't have a reason to be in the area between now 8 o'clock and 6 in the morning is subject to arrest, and they will be arrested if they're here causing trouble.
And we did see some of that activity. We saw fireworks being thrown, commercial-grade fireworks at officers, rocks and bottles, even some thrown from apartment buildings up above onto the ground. What's the threshold for the dispersal orders and making that call to clear people out?
You know, when it's clear that things become of sufficient magnitude that people are going to get hurt in the environment, either people who were there or officers who were there, then out of a responsible ability to be able to maintain public safety, we declare an unlawful assembly. And again, we give people ample time to leave the area, make repeated dispersal orders, make sure everybody hears it, and then at that point they're subject to arrest.
And what's your message to the city as the curfew is now in place? We know some people are still out here on the streets, very few for what we've seen compared to even a little hour or two ago, a short time ago.
Yeah, the crowd has decreased. I'd say we have, the last estimate I heard was between 1,000 and 2,000 people still out, but splintered all over the downtown area. No major groups like we saw earlier in the day, and I think the curfew will take care of many of those folks moving out of the area. And so my ask is, this is our city. This is the most beautiful city, I believe, maybe one of them in the world. And we're better than that, to allow this kind of thing to happen here, to not police each other with our behavior, where we come and damage the downtown area in such a way where the eyes of the world are on us. And we have some great events coming our way in the next couple of years. Let's step it up and do the right thing. We all have a responsibility to live in a great community.
And Chief, earlier we saw National Guard troops, a few dozen, walking past the crowds here. We didn't see them engaging, taking anyone into custody, not even really on the lines, the skirmish lines with police. What's that protocol like? Who handles what with the National Guard?
No, great question, and I've heard a lot of different accounts from different people on TV, but the reality is they have a mission separate from ours. The National Guard and the Marines then embedded together, and their job is to protect federal employees, federal facilities, and federal functions, not to do what we do in the city of Los Angeles, which is to protect public safety in our communities. So two different missions, two different silos, if you will. We're not working with them on immigration enforcement in any way, and they're not working with us on crowd control in the city streets.
Now, again, as that curfew went into place at 8 o'clock, we're getting closer to the 9 o'clock hour. What's the plan moving into tonight? How many officers are out here on the streets, and what are we looking for?
Yeah, there's a lot of officers out here on the streets. I wouldn't give a number. That wouldn't be probably prudent, but our folks are out here deployed very heavily. We still have mutual aid resources with us, primarily the CHP and the LA County Sheriff's Department. We work very close together. We have a unified command where we have people from a whole variety of organizations, and they weigh in on whatever it is they can do to be helpful in taking care of business and making sure that the community is safe for everybody.
I know you're still collecting information. Any update on arrests that you've made so far today? I know there have been hundreds since these demonstrations started over a week ago.
Yeah, much less today, and I don't have a final count on it, but we've seen a couple of days there where we had in excess of 200 arrests a day, and that has gone down dramatically, I think, in large part due to the curfew. And so as we continue, our hope is not to have to make arrests, that people will comply and leave the area and make sure that things are safe. But for those who want to stay, want to cause trouble, we're going to find them, and we're going to arrest them, and they will be held accountable. And for many of the people who think they've gotten away with a lot of the violence that's been done, there are cameras everywhere, and we will scour those to be able to find the people who hurt other people, assaulted officers in particular.
I know there's been at least one report of a sheriff's deputy being injured. Any of your officers injured?
Oh, yeah, we've had, I believe, the latest 10 officers injured to some degree. But I'll tell you, we've had people drive into them in the crowd. We've had people have Molotov cocktails are being used. We've had commercial-grade fireworks being shot at them, hit in the face with rocks and bottles. And they get treated medically and get back out in the field and get into the mix again. The spirit is great. I have so much admiration for our folks, the restraint that they've shown out there since we've been out here, and just their willingness to be able to put themselves in harm's way to protect the community. Really impressed.
You have a long history in law enforcement, but you've been in this position. You're fairly new as the police chief here. How does that play into your approach here?
I grew up in this organization. I spent 29 years here, my first trip, and then went to Long Beach PD for 5, was sheriff for 4, and consulting and working at USC at a think tank on public safety issues. And to be able to be back in the environment that meant so much to me, was so much a part of who I am, I feel blessed and honored.
And lastly, your message to the demonstrators who feel that maybe they're being pushed off the streets unjustly. They want to be out here. They're calling for free speech and say, they deserve to be out here. I know there's a curfew, but many of them feel that they're being pushed back before they should be.
Yeah. No, a curfew is not declared unless things are of sufficient seriousness that it's not not to the benefit of the overall community to allow people to be out after 8 o'clock, hours of darkness. And so we look at that, we reevaluate that every day. Ultimately, the mayor will make the decision on that. But it's been a great tool for us to preserve businesses so they're not vandalized at night. And ultimately, I think it's been a tremendous help to us in getting to where we are this far.
Chief, we have Gigi Graciette and Christine Devine on the news desk right now. We definitely appreciate you joining us out here again on such a busy night, but we want to, if you guys have any questions back there on the desk for the chief here, we are standing by.
Mario, if you could please ask the chief, we had one of the organizers of the No Kings Los Angeles protest on just a short while ago, and he seemed to imply that it was the LAPD who escalated the violence. And we heard calls here at the station of officers taking frozen bottles, rocks, and bricks being thrown at them. Does he want to respond to that so we have some clarity?
Yeah, Gigi was saying earlier they had heard from one of the No Kings Day organizers here in downtown LA saying that it was the LAPD that initially agitated things with rubber bullets or tear gas. What's your response to that notion that the LAPD is pushing back ahead of time?
Yeah, absolutely not. We have so many people out here making sure that things go right. The restraint that I've seen shown is remarkable, really, when I see what our officers are subjected to on and on and on throughout the day, now over a week period of time. And so, we look very closely at that. We make sure we hold our officers to a high level of accountability, and I'm very comfortable that that is not the case. And I think anybody watching TV for any length of time on this whole event as it played out, no, that's not the case.
I've got a question.
Thank you, Chief.
So if we can let the chief know it's Christine Devine with Gigi, because we've all together have covered, as I've mentioned before, decades of news in Los Angeles and many a protest in Los Angeles going back to the 1992 riots with Rodney King's situation. My question for the chief is, this is not going to end tonight because Homeland Security is still doing its operations. What are his concerns moving forward?
Yeah, Christine Devine on the desk recalling the 1992 riots, and with these immigration raids moving forward, demonstrators say they're not stopping here. Right. What are your concerns moving forward ahead with these demonstrations that are continuing to be planned here?
Well, number one, that they remain peaceful. We're here to support anybody's right to demonstrate, to protest, and to express their First Amendment rights. That's what we do. For those who cross the line and try and hurt others, try and vandalize the environment or cause havoc, we're going to be able to identify them and hold them accountable for that. And I'm fairly comfortable that now we'll start to see fewer and fewer people engaging in that activity and make it easier for us to be able to identify them and make arrests.
Question. So if people are capturing things on video, they're posting it on social media, that they feel the officer in that shot might have done something that was not in policy, how does the chief and the department address that if something is perceived as being not in policy?
Yeah, Christine's asking if someone does maybe videotape record any action between demonstrators and officers that might not follow protocol. Right. How is that handled? Maybe body-worn camera footage. Is there a point where that will be shared at all?
Oh, no, absolutely. There's so many cameras in the environment a police officer operates in. When they're in the vehicles, they have digital in-car camera video. They have body-worn camera on their body. And then you go anywhere, and there's cameras in the environment. And when there's an investigation to be done, we look for all of that video to be able to put the whole story together, either substantiate an allegation or refute it and be able to move on from there. And so the level of accountability for police officers today, I would say, is unlike any other profession. I don't know of anyone else who wears body cameras in the course and scope of their duty.
And one more question, if I may, if the chief will allow. People from around the nation, around the world are watching this. I think probably, Mario, you've had people text you and say, are you okay? How's it going? What would the chief say about what's happening in Los Angeles? When I have relatives who write and call me, how are the riots? What would the chief say about his view of what's happening? What would he say to the nation?
Yeah, your view to the nation on what's happening, considering people from all over the country, all over the world might be watching this and checking in on people who live here, wondering exactly what's going on. How would you describe what's playing out here?
You know, it's very localized. I think the way it's portrayed in many media outlets is that LA is upside down. It's on fire. It's chaotic. It's, I would say, all of this activity that has been portrayed over the past week, it is occurring within 1 square mile. The city's 500 square miles, and we're getting a handle on this and take an appropriate action. So I would say, you know, come out and see. This is the most beautiful city in the world. We have so much to offer here, and what you're seeing is not descriptive of what LA truly is.
And while you have the chief there, before we, oh, okay, you're letting him go? May I ask one more question? We
got one more. Go ahead.
We know President Trump has sent in the National Guard. There are Marines in town. The question for the chief is, what is his response at this hour on this night to the president who says that we need the National Guard here or LA would be burning?
Yeah, you know, Trump has said that he sent the National Guard here for good reason. Otherwise, the city would be burning. Hundreds of Marines are now here as well. What's your message to the administration and President Trump as, you know, he continues to tout his push of the military force here?
You know, it wouldn't be to the president, but it would be to the public that the mission of the Army National Guard and the Marines that have joined them is very different than our mission. Their focus is to protect federal facilities, federal employees, and federal functions, and they're doing that, working with ICE and other agencies that have been deployed as well. Our mission is to protect the city of Los Angeles and keep communities safe, to be able to restore order in the case of this past week, and to be able to move forward in a more productive way.
And you continue to stand by, you and your officers have things under control.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, while you see incidents of what appear to be horrendous disorder, it is very localized, and we are moving in where we can to be able to arrest the people who are doing those acts. And again, you know, the message to those who've done things here, we're coming for you. The investigation is not over. We will follow up and hold people accountable beyond what they believe will happen.
All right, I'm done.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Mario.
Yep.
And thank you, Chief, LAPD Chief Jim McDonald. Mario Ramirez joining us live from downtown Los Angeles. You are looking live at a much different scene. This is on Hill Street right now, and no protesters in sight. It has been a slightly chaotic afternoon after a day of peaceful protests here in Los Angeles.